So in this three-in-one firewall training program, we all know, so we are going to cover three major firewall in the industry, which is most on-demand products, right? So which is mostly occupying 70% of the firewall industry shares are occupied by these three firewall products only. Okay, so if you take 100 companies, almost 70 companies will have at least minimum of two of this product. Okay, so that is going to be your added advantage, because it will create a lot of job opportunity to you, and you will be a versatile. You can able to manage multiple firewalls, and you will be in a versatile environment, so you can able to adapt any product. So that will be your added advantage in in your feature. Okay, so that's why we have chosen this three firewall as a combo. So as I mentioned, 70% of the firewall industry is occupied, the seven firewall industry is occupied by. So guys, can you hear me clearly now? Please acknowledge some of are not able to hear me.
Yes,
Yes, yes, we are here.
it's it's clear, right? So there is no deviation in my
Yes,
voice.
yes,
it's okay.
So
yes, yes, yes.
Maligoda, please try to reconnect. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's start the introduction about this course. So in this three-in-one firewall combo, we are going to cover FortiGate firewall as a first firewall product in your batch. Okay, and then after FortiGate, we are going to cover Palo Alto, and after Palo Alto, we are going to cover Checkpoint, guys. Okay, so in FortiGate, our curriculum in FortiGate, you are going to learn full FortiGate firewall. So FortiGate, it's a product of Fortinet. So don't get confused. So Fortinet is the brand name and FortiGate is the product name. Fortinet have a multiple products like firewall products, email security product, web security products, right? So Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer, like that, n number of products they have it in a Fortinet brand. One of the major product in Fortinet is FortiGate Fire. Okay, so I saw a lot of students getting confusion with FortiGate and Fortinet. They are thinking Fortinet is a different firewall and FortiGate is the different firewall. Not like that. Fortinet is the brand name. Okay, and FortiGate is the one of the product in Fortinet environment. So which is their first product. FortiGate firewall is their first product when they started Fortinet. Okay, and it's a major product, and based on this product only they are having additional they have created other security fabrics, which means their environment, their own environment. Based on this product, they are invented a lot of product in Fortinet side in terms of network security, in terms of security environment. Okay, so and network security based. Okay, and cloud security as well. Again, you are facing Maligoda. Others are able to hear me. So can you please re-log in? Can you check your connectivity? Okay, guys. So in FortiGate, as a professional, we are going to learn FortiGate firewall. So FortiGate firewall, if you want to get trained FortiGate firewall in a Fortinet environment itself directly, okay. So you have to learn two papers. You have to learn FortiGate firewall as a two different papers. One is called FortiGate security. Another one is called FortiGate infrastructure. Okay. So previously, if you learn these two papers, you are eligible to write an examination called NSC4 certification. NSC4 certification, similar to Palo Alto PCNSA, PCNSC, like that, and CCNS. It's a global certification, globalized certification, vendor recognized certification from the Fortinet side. Okay, so now recently, past 1 year, they have modified the certification track. Okay, so right now there is no more by using previously, if you learn FortiGate firewall, it is enough to get NSC4 certification. You are eligible to write NSC4 certification. But if now, if you want to become a NSC4 certified engineer, so Fortinet security expert level 4. Okay, so that is the certification name. If you want to become a NSC4 certified engineer, then now you have to learn FortiGate firewall. It's a must having skill. Along with, you need to learn at least one more product in a Fortinet side, which is called Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. Forti Analyzer. Okay, Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. You have any one of the product you have to choose, and you must have a skill of FortiGate firewall. You must have a core. This is the core knowledge, core certification, core product. You must learn to start your career or certification track from Fortinet side, Fortinet brand. Okay, Fortinet oriented certification if you want to get, and you must have a skill firewall, which is called a FortiGate firewall, and then you must have any one of the product knowledge, Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer, which means you have to write two certification. You have to write the two examination to become an NSC4 certified engineer. First examination is the core examination, which is called for FCP, Fortinet Certified Professional, or Fortinet Firewall Administrator. Firewall Administrator. Okay, so this FCP, or this is also called as Fortinet Firewall Administration certification. Okay, so this is the course knowledge and course certification. Without complete this FCP certification, you cannot directly go for another examination, which is might be in a Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. Okay, that is your choice. You can either you can go with a Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. So first you have to complete FCP. Okay, so which means you should know about FortiGate firewall fully. Okay, so this 40 FCP certification or FortiGate firewall administrator certification, if you want to get this core certification, you need to learn these two papers: FortiGate security paper and FortiGate infrastructure paper, guys. FortiGate security paper and FortiGate infrastructure. So our curriculum, which include both, so which means we are covering entire FortiGate firewall product based training along with FCP certification curriculum. Okay, FortiGate security paper and FortiGate infrastructure paper. So after completion of this FortiGate training, you are eligible to write, after doing some hands-on, you are eligible to write FCP certification. And this is a fully theory-based certification, scenario-based certification. You are not going to do lab. Okay. So the exam cost for this certification is around 400 USD, guys. Okay. So FCP, you need to write the examination for FCP. So that for that 400 USD, and you need to write the specialized certification to become a NSE 4 certified engineer. So maybe that is in 40 manager. 40 manager is the preferable thing after 40 gate firewall. If you learn 40 manager, that is going to be an added advantage to you. Okay, so 40 manager, again, that is 400 USD. So one of the costliest certification in this firewall compo. Okay, so almost to become an NSE 4 certified engineer, you have to spend almost 800 USD. Validity for this certification, you have 2 years validity. Within this 2 years, while end of this second year, you have to go for upgrading your certification, so you can go with a 40 manager examination. So once you have completed 40 manager, then you will be called as NSC 4 certified engineer. So until unless you are core Fortinet security, core security professional, FCP certified engineer, or FortiGate firewall administrator. Okay, so once you completed allied paper, so along with the core paper, optional paper, you have to complete either 40 manager or 40 analyzer. Then only you will be treated as a NSC 4 certified engineer. Okay, until unless you will be a FCP certified engineer, Fortinet security specialist. 40 security specialized professional. You will be treated as a specialized professional. Okay, so duration for this 40 gate fire. Okay, so NSC 4, almost it will take 4 to 5 weeks. So we are taking a session up to 1 hour, right? So from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, so it will go for up to 5 weeks max. For me, it will take 4 weeks, but sometimes here and there it will be increase 1 or 2 sessions. So that's why I put it on 5 weeks slot. Okay, so entire 40 gate firewall we can able to complete with the max to max 5 weeks, guys. Okay, and after 40 gate, we are going to cover Palo Alto. We are going to start with Palo Alto. So in Palo Alto, there are two type of certification, and there are two type of curriculum is there in a Palo Alto. Okay, so in Palo Alto, we will cover from the basics to same similar to FortiGate. We will cover from basics to advanced, and PCNSA and PCNSE both will be covered. So the certification is called PCNSA and PCNSE. PCNSA, it's a Palo Alto Certified Network Security Administrator. Okay, and PCNSE is Palo Alto Certified Network Security Expert. Okay, so administrator level to expert level, you can able to write. I mean, our curriculum which include administrative level to expert level. From the beginner zero level, if you don't have any skill, any knowledge on the firewall, that is fine. You can start from not only Palo Alto, for all in all the firewall, we will start from the beginning only. So we will cover entire product. Okay, so you will have a knowledge from zero to expert level in this curriculum, guys. Okay, so if you want to get trained in Palo Alto itself for this PCNSA or PCNSE certification, right? Or if you want to get trained in Palo Alto firewall, in Palo Alto network itself, so they will be provide this training as a three different papers. Okay, so one is EDU 210, another one is EDU 220, and last one is EDU 330. Okay, so EDU 210 is going to talk about PCNSA. Okay, EDU 220, it's going to talk about, which means you are going to learn Palo Alto firewall here. Okay, EDU 220 is going to talk about Panorama. It's a one more product. Okay, it's not a Panorama is not a firewall product. Palo Alto is the firewall product. Okay, Panorama is a centralized management device for Palo Alto firewalls, which means So you can manage, let's say this is the panorama, and you have a multiple branches. Okay, your branch in US you have one branch, UK you have one branch, right? And then this is a India headquarters. Okay, right? And then you have China. In China you have one branch. So all these branches you have a Palo Alto firewalls as a edge fire, right? So all these three Palo Alto firewalls you want to manage under one roof in terms of firewall rules configuration, I mean firewall policy configuration, object configuration, and then patch updates. Everything you can able to do it under Panorama. So which means all these three firewalls can be, if Palo Alto, if suppose they provide any patch upgradation, patch update, or operating system update, right? Or if you are going to upgrade or renew your licenses, so all these three devices you can able to do it within a few clicks from Panorama. Everything will be done simultaneously. You no need to go individual device separately, and you no need to do it the same task again and again. Okay, so that is possible because of the Panorama. So it's a centralized management device which will give you the lot of benefit to manage your Palo Alto firewalls from remote location under one roof. Okay, so much about the Panorama we'll talk it later. Okay, so that Panorama also you are going to learn here, which is called, they call it as a paper called EDU 220. So and EDU 330 it's talk about troubleshooting. In EDU 210 you will learn how to configure your firewall rules, and then how to enable some services, disable some services, and how to manage your Palo Alto firewall for day-to-day activities like taking a backup, restore, right? So how to secure your data traffic. So these kind of things you will learn, but in advanced like protocol wise troubleshooting, and then troubleshooting will not be covered in a UDU 210 paper. So protocol wise, configuration wise troubleshootings will be covered in EDU 330 paper. Okay, and so troubleshooting will be covered under EDU 330 paper. So our curriculum included with EDU 210 in UDU 220 plus EDU 330. All these three papers are, whatever the topics are covered in all these three papers, that has been included in our curriculum. Okay, so you are directly eligible to, after completion of your Palo Alto training program, you can, if after doing some one or two labs and hands-on, if after getting a familiar with the hands-on with Palo Alto firewall, you can able to write the PCNSE certification. Okay, so if suppose if you're looking for a PCNSE certification, then EDU 210 skill, UDU 210 knowledge is enough. EDU 210 paper skills or knowledge are enough. So content which will talk about only Palo Alto firewall, not Panorama, and only about the configuration part. Okay, not troubleshooting and and technical approaches. Okay, so okay, so you, but my suggestion, there is no prerequisites. You can directly go for a PCNSE certification. Cost for the PCNSE and PCNSE is, PCNSE you have to spend 180 USD. For PCNSE also you have to spend 180 USD. So unlike FortiGate or Checkpoint, Palo Alto, there is no prerequisites. If you have a knowledge of EDU 210, EDU 220, and EDU 330, at least EDU 210 and EDU 220, minimum we should have a knowledge of two papers. If you have a knowledge of two papers or all these three papers, then you can directly go for PC NSC certification by paying 180 USD. Okay, you can able to write the PCNSE expert level certification directly. So there is no prerequisite. You no need to complete PCNSA. Okay, and so I would suggest to go for a PCNSA certification, not for NSA. Okay, so the validity for this certification is 3 years. Okay. So after completion of Palo Alto, we will go with checkpoint firewalls. Okay, checkpoint firewall. In checkpoint firewall, in similar to Palo Alto, there are two type of certification ones. Again, in checkpoint, one is CCSA, checkpoint certified security associate, checkpoint certified security expert. Okay, so these two type of certification is there. So but in a checkpoint, if you want to get our curriculum, which is include both CCSA and CCSC both. Okay, so there is no kind of paper like EDU 210 or 48. Okay, so the core certification directly, the paper name is CCSA and CCSC. Okay, so I forget about the code. So but in a checkpoint, right, you cannot directly go for a CCSC. So there is one prerequisite. If you want to become an expert level certification, certified engineer, then you must have a associate level certification. Then only you can go for a expert level certification. So again, the cost for this checkpoint is 250 USD. Okay, so for CCSC and 250 USD along with tax. So uh, CCSA for 250 USD and CCSC to 250 USD you have to pay. You have to pay. Okay, but you cannot move for CCSC directly like Palo Alto PCNSC. Okay, so you must have a CCSA certification. That is one of the uh, prerequisites which is mandatory from the vendor side. Okay, so then only you can become a CCSC certified engineer, guys. Okay, so which means after completion of all this training program, you're going to learn Palo Alto firewall, one firewall, and then FortiGate firewall and checkpoint firewall, and one more product called Panorama, which is centralized management device. So four products you are going to learn, and you are going to get trained again almost five certifications, five level of certification in terms of certification curriculum. So one is NSC 4, another one is Palo Alto PCNSA and PCNSC. Okay, not NSC 4, no more NSC 4 now, FortiGate, which is called FCP. Okay, course certification, FortiGate course certification, and Palo Alto PCNSA and PCNSC two type of certification, checkpoint CCSA and CCSE two type of certification. Okay, almost five level of certification program is included in this 3-in-1 firewall training program, guys. Okay, so duration for all these three firewalls, FortiGate, as I mentioned, 4 to 5 weeks it will take to complete, and Palo Alto will complete 6 to 7 weeks. Okay, checkpoint will take 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, so max to max duration is 3.5 months to 4 months will take to complete your all these three firewalls. Okay, clear. So in this 3-in-1 firewall combo program, we are going to start in this batch evening 8:30 p.m. We are going to start with FortiGate firewall is the first product. Okay, so now I am going to show you what is the I already shared the curriculum for your reference. Okay, so now that curriculum, I'm going to show you the roadmap. So each week, what are the topic we are going to cover? So the roadmap I'm going to show you guys. Okay. So it's a day one. I just want to give you the introduction about the course only. Okay. I'm not going to take any technical topics here. Okay. Tomorrow we will start. Okay. From tomorrow we will start, guys. So these are all the roadmap. So week 1 to week 5, I have a roadmap for your training for with the FortiGate firewall. Okay. So before that, I have additional 3 hours session as a pre-week. You can see that's 3 sessions which is today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, which is talk about introduction about the course, and I am going to make you ready for lab. So tomorrow we are going to install our lab setup. I am going to teach you how to create your own lab setup, and with by using a EVNG tool in your laptop or desktop. Okay, and day after tomorrow we are going to upload our 40 gate firewall or other necessary tools, devices, switches, routers, and all, and we are going to test our first lab. Okay, clear, guys? So then we will start with the actual curriculum of 40 gate firewall. So this is the prerequisites. If you are not aware about these tools, right? So you must join tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay. So if you already know about this tool, if how to install it, how to create your own lab, first lab, what is the console type, what will be the while install the lab, what are the error we will face. If you're able to troubleshoot the type of errors, major type of errors, then if you are well in this tool, if you already use this tool, then you can leave today and you can join with the directly you can join with our Monday session. Okay, so Monday only we are going to start our actual 40 gate curriculum. Okay, so but if you're not if you're not know about this tool, and I would highly recommend you to join tomorrow session. So don't skip the tomorrow session. That is very important, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, so that I can able to give you support on weekends. Okay, if you have any issue while uploading the images while creating the lab, so we in weekends I can able to assist you, and I want to make sure from Monday onwards we are able to do our lab. Okay, so everyone able to do your lab. Okay, so that and from Monday onwards I'll give you the support with the up 14 related topic, not food lab setup. Okay, so that's why I just want you guys that have 3 days in this weekend, right? So you have a long weekend. Friday is also holiday, right? So so I would highly recommend to join tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and then complete your lab setup. Okay, so everyone must complete your lab installation. At least you should complete your installation. You're not, even if you're not doing any lab, that's fine. Okay, because we are not going to touch the 40 gate topic. Okay, but you must install and your device is ready to do hands-on. That's what I want from Monday onwards, guys. Okay, so make sure within this weekend everyone complete your lab setup. Okay, I'm available on this weekend, so I can able to assist you if you have any issues. Okay, okay, guys. So yeah, so tomorrow, as I mentioned, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we are going to discuss about the lab setup. And from Monday, week one, Monday, we will start our actual 40 gate curriculum. So week one is going to be a fundamental concepts of your 40 gate. So what you are going to learn week one, what is 40 gate security, 40 gate firewall, what are the features are there in a 40 gate firewall, right? So I'm going to give you the introduction of both the firewall as well. Okay, so and then in 14net, what are all the 14net products available apart from the 40 gate firewall? What are all the 14net products are available, right? So what is 40 manager, what is 40 analyzer, what is 40 token, what is 40 authenticator, right? So what is 40 mail, what is 40 web? So you are going to get some security. I mean, you are going to know about other Fortinet products, so which will help you in a future. So Fortinet, it's similar to Cisco. If you want to secure your data center, if you are running on data center, if you want to secure one data center, right? So if you go for a Fortinet product, Fortinet, they will give you all solution to protect your entire data center. So that much product they have. So that is one of the Fortinet, and they create their own environment. Okay, So you can able to, by using a Fortinet product itself, you can able to secure your entire data center. So like 40 manager, 40 web, 40 authenticator, 40 WAF, right? 40 analyzer, 40 manager, 40 gate firewall, 40 gate security, sorry, 40 guard, cloud based subscription, cloud based features, 40 authenticator, like that, 40 SD-WAN solution, like that, a lot of products they have. So you got 40 sandbox, 40 specialized IPS, dedicated IPS. Okay, so you are going to learn how we can integrate Fortinet products to secure your entire environment. So by using a Fortinet product itself, not only FortiGate firewall, by using a Fortinet other products, how other Fortinet products create one sorry, how we can utilize other Fortinet products in our environment to secure our entire data center or entire infrastructure. Okay, so that we will learn in first week. So I'll give you the real-time use cases, and you will get a lot of information. Along with, you are going to learn one topic, important topic, which is called zero day threat prevention. Exactly. What is zero-day threat prevention? How Fortinet's fabrics. So fabrics means other FortiGate firewall. Security fabric means other FortiGate security products. Okay, available in Fortinet. Okay, so by using, along with the FortiGate firewall, by using other Fortinet products, how we can detect the zero-day threat. Okay, how zero-day threat prevention feature is working, that you are going to learn in week one itself. Okay, so that is very important topic. So while discuss about the FortiGate security fabrics, we will learn that. Okay, and after that we'll go with the initial configuration. We are going to start our first lab here. So when you're getting a fresh FortiGate firewall, how to access your FortiGate firewall very first time through CLI and GUI, and how to access the, how to register your Fortinet product in Fortinet tag, right? So if you have a how to upgrade the licenses, so that and all we will see in the first week itself. Okay, so up to up to this, you will get some fundamental knowledge about FortiGate firewall as well as Fortinet brand. Like you are going to learn what else Fortinet brand have, what are other products, right? So that information you will get to know, right? And up to this, it's a introduction about the FortiGate firewall and other Fortinet product. And from there, you will start the device management. Okay, fundamental basic device management configuration, like take how to take a backup and restore, how to take a scheduled based backup, right? So day wise, week wise, monthly wise schedule, how to do schedule, and how to automate your backup, right? So that how to create your if you have a FortiGate firewall, right? So that FortiGate firewall in your team, the FortiGate firewall will be managed by multiple administrator. As a senior, as a firewall administrator, so the sometimes FortiGate firewall need to be you need to provide the access for other team members like SOC engineers or network engineers in your okay. So multiple administrators will be access your FortiGate firewall. So from the different type of team, so they need a different kind of access. So we cannot provide full access to everyone. So how to create new admin user account with a restricted privileges, what are all the privileges, predefined privileges we have, and how to create a customized privilege, how to restrict the other administrator to access unnecessary uh, unnecessary features. Okay, so everything we will see in the device management part one. Okay, so after that we'll see, we'll create our first firewall policy, how to create a basic security policy by using layer 3 filter and layer 4 filters, which means by using IP based network layer, IP based filters. So source IP, destination IP, and then just so destination IP and source network as a filter and destination network as a filter. And layer 4 you are going to control the traffic based on the protocol, TCP or UDP, and port numbers, services like web services, mail services, right? File transfer, FTP services, like that. Based on layer 3 and layer 4 filters, we will use to create a security policy in a weak one. So that is comes under fundamental or basic security firewall security policies. And in how we can create the basic security policy, what are the type of security policies we have in FortiGate, uh, how we can verify the policies, right? So that and all we'll discuss in week one, guys. Okay, so that is, it's a fundamental level, basics level. Okay. After week one, we'll go with some advanced topic. So week two, we will start with the NAT. So we will in week two, up to week one, we will see how to create a basic security policy to allow or deny some services based on layer 3 and layer 4 filters with internal networks within your networks. Maybe you may have within multiple LANs or LAN segment and DMZ segment. So your office network, within your office network, how to create a rule to allow or deny the communication within the office network. Okay. Internal networks. So week two only we will start with the real internet. So week two we are going to start to access our internet, your office environment, to how to access the internet services, and we will start to block or allow some services over the internet. So that and I will see. So that we will discuss on week two. So first we will start with NAT. If you want to access the internet without NAT configuration, so even though if you have a basic security rule, without NAT configuration, we will not able to access the internet, right? So that you guys are already aware. So we will start from NAT. In FortiGate, we have a different kind of NAT: source NAT, destination NAT, policy-based NAT, centralized NAT. So source NAT itself, there is a two type of NAT: policy-based and central. So what is policy based NAT? What is central NAT? That and all you will you are going to learn. And destination, what is destination NAT? And which scenario we need to use source NAT? Which scenario we need to use destination NAT in a real time, along with real time use cases? We are going to host some servers, and we are going to test with the source and destination NATs. Okay, and then after NAT session will go 2 to 3 days. After NAT, we will start some advanced configuration like layer 7 filters. We are going up to NAT. We will use layer 3 filters to layer 4 filter, and week 2, end of the week 2, we are going to use layer 7 filter. So how previously we used IP based and network based filters, in layer 4 protocol and port service based filters. Additionally, in a layer 3 filter, we one of the next generation firewall feature, we will use user based authentication, user identity. So which means, so in your production network, in your office, so you have a 2 3 teams like sales and technical and support, like that, you and HR, like that, different type of employees are there, and different type of teams you have. So each team, they need to access some unique application, business applications. Like, so sales team need to access the social media to promote your products, right? Marketing team and sales team. So I need to allow social media access only for the marketing team and sales team. Then that I can able to achieve by the help of user identity feature. So user based authentication, I can create a rule to allow or deny some services or applications based on the user and user group, based on the my employee employee needs to achieve their business activities, right? So the necessary application and services I can restrict based on the user or based on the user group. Okay, so which means I'm going to allow some specific service and application for the sales team, and this I'm going to allow some specific set of application and services for support team, so which they need to complete their business activities, right? So that I can able to achieve, that we will discuss on the week 2. So that we can able to achieve by the help of active directory integration. So we are going to install one Windows Active Directory server, and we are going to load all user information there, and that server we need to integrate with your FortiGate firewall, so which is commonly we call it as a user identification feature or user authentication. Okay, so that will cover week 2, guys. Okay, so, so in a real time use case, in organizations they will create a rule based on this only. They are not going to use only with a IP based or protocol based, only with IP and network based and protocol based filter and all. Okay, along with the protocol service based filter and application filter based filters, layer 7 filters. Along with that, they will use user identification for better network management. Okay. So better restrictions, so that we can allow or deny only valid users. So then really needed people only can able to access some specific services, so that we can able to achieve properly. Okay, you can achieve security when you're using a user based authentication. So that will help you to understand, so specific user which type of application they used on specific time, that and that. So not only the restricting the access, also you can monitor the use activities, network activities, who are all using what type of application services, what type of activities they are doing while in a working hours. They are doing a their business or related activities, or they are just chit chat, doing chit chat, or they are using a social media, right? So they are using bandwidth consumption related applications or not. So these kind of activities we can monitor efficiently. Okay, so that we will do it on week 2 itself, guys. Okay, from week 2 itself we will utilize this filter and to further firewall further features like uh, the next level of filters and features we are going to implement along with user based authentication. So which means application filter, if you want to block some specific application or micro application. Let's say for my sales team I want to allow Facebook, but inside Facebook it's not just a single application, it's a collaboration with multiple micro applications. So Facebook share is there, Facebook game is there, Facebook file sharing is there, right? And then Facebook messenger is there, voice call is there, video call is there. So I don't want to allow my internal employees to access, even though they are belongs to sales team. So I don't want to allow them to access internal I mean unnecessary applications. So even though Facebook is allowed, inside the Facebook I just want to block some specific services. So that isn't all possible by the help of application control. So the week 3 we are going to talk about the next generation firewall features. Okay, so up to now we use the traditional filters, layer 3 and layer 4 filters. Only one of the next generation feature, user based authentication, will start to use in week 2, end of the week 2. Okay, user identification. Along with user identification, week 3 we will start to utilize the next generation firewall features or UTM features, unified threat management features. So which means monitoring your live traffic. Your firewall can monitor and identify the unauthorized services and access and applications properly after while doing monitoring only. Okay, so that we can able to achieve by using the UTM features or next generation firewall features like application control, if you want to block some specific application or same kind of application. Let's say I want to block entire social media related application. So Facebook is the one of the social media application. Facebook is not only the one application, right? So we have n number of social media applications. So as a firewall administrator, we need to we cannot manually include all the all the specific application which is related to the social media, right? So because even though if you do it manually from next and the tomorrow or next day, any new type of social media application can be launched in the internet. So day by day new applications are launched, right? So we cannot manually keep on update this information. So by using application filter, category based filter, okay, so we can control similar kind of application. Let's say I want to block social media application, entire social media related application. So instead of manually type or manually searching one by one, in next generation firewall feature we have application control. Inside the application control we have one feature called category based filter. So which means like similar kind of application like Facebook, all type of social networking application I can able to block it or I can able to allow it or I can able to monitor it by using within one or two clicks. Okay, so that is called by using application filter. Okay, application filter will help us to do achieve that, not only manually blocking or allowing one specific application. I can also allow or block or monitor same kind of application sets. Okay, that is possible by the help of application filter. The same way, if you want to block specific website or similar kind of website, let's say I want to block uh, gaming related websites. Okay, so in that case I can manually block or allow one specific websites by using web filtering concept. Okay, or URL filter, also known as URL filter. So I can able to block some similar to application control. I can manually block some specific, how I can able to manually block some specific application. The same way I can manually block or allow specific URL or same set of URL, same kind of URLs. Okay, so category based URL category also we have. So category based similar to application category we can able to achieve it. So that and all we will discuss on the week 3, and along with data leakage protection. Okay, so data leakage protection. So while allow some traffic, let's say I want to allow my internal users to access some specific service. This is my internal network. Okay, let's assume that, and here I have my firewall, FortiGate firewall, and this is internet. So I want to allow my internal users to access the internet. In general internet, I'm just allowing to access mail services. So he is trying to access some mail over the internet. So he tried to download mail, some attachment from mail. Or okay, let's take this example, not this example. So he tried to send some mail. He access some our business process, right? So he have some data which is more sensitive, like our customer data or our financially related data, our future project data, right? So he want to steal this data. Okay, he want to misuse the data as a, even though he is from our employee, so he want to misuse this data. Okay, so what he will do? He will simply upload the data in the internet, right? Or another use case, one external hacker will try to bypass our production network and he try to steal our sensitive data like our project information, financial information, right? So employee details, client details. So these are all the sensitive data. So these data he can able to, after bypass our production network, he just act like a valid user. By using any one of the loophole in our network, he can enter into our production network and he can act like a valid user. Okay, and then he can steal the data. So to avoid data leakage, so this is called data leakage. Once he steal the data, this is called data leakage. So to avoid this kind of data stealing, we have a feature called data leakage protection. So this feature will monitor the user activities. So even though if he has successfully authenticated and he act like a authentic user, real time real user. So right, so if he treated or he act like a real users and authorized users, even though your if you are enable this data leakage protection feature, your firewall can after allow this user, it will monitor his activities. So it will keep on monitor his activities. If the data contains any sensitive information like financial information or project information, whatever you are defining there, what is your sensitive data, and while enable the data leakage protection feature. So if anything it's similar to kind of that data, your firewall treated that as a data leakage, so suddenly your firewall will block it. So which means your firewall will monitor user activities, so even though he is a authorized user once he authenticated properly. Okay, so by using this data leakage protection, we can able to avoid data stealing in our production network, guys. Okay, so data security we can implement. So that also we will discuss in the week 3. Okay, so which is these all comes under UTM features, next generation firewall features. Okay, so that we will discuss on week 3 and week 4. And week 4 we'll discuss about the VPN and high availability. Okay, so high availability. So high availability to avoid the outages. Right. So let's say in the same scenario, I have one 40 gate firewall in my production network. Simple topology use case I am giving it. Okay. So this is the firewall and it act like a gateway now. Unfortunately, this firewall crashed. Okay, due to network, I mean, due to port fault or due to hardware failure, something else, this hardware is crashed. So what will happen now? So this is the gateway device. So if this device is goes down, your internal users are not able to access the outside network and along with internal other internal network resources like your server segments, right? So or any other internal LAN subnet. So you're not able to communicate with other network as well. And along with that, you will be in it's a firewall. It's a major device. It's a one of the important device in your network, right? So if this devices goes down, your entire production network will not be able to communicate within themselves and with will not able to communicate the internet as well. So it will affect your production, okay, production network. So your productivity will loss and your business will loss. Let's say you are hosting some e-commerce website here, so some of the users want to access product in your e-commerce website. So in that case, your firewall is act like a gateway between the internet to your servers, right? So if the firewall is goes down, what will happen? Your internal user, your clients will not able to purchase on your server, on your e-commerce website, right? So your business will not run properly. To avoid that, this is called outages or linear deployment, guys. So this scenario is called a linear deployment. So which means if the major devices goes down, your entire production network will not be able to communicate properly. So in this use case, we need a backup device. Okay, so we cannot rely with single device. So if suppose this devices goes down, what will happen? You're not able to provide the network reachability. Your business is based on your network, right? So your business is totally depending on the internet only, right? So in that case, it will affect your business activities as well. So we should not deploy like this. We need a backup device in the core. Okay. So this concept is called adding a one more backup firewall to make your network is always up. So your network should be available in 24 by 7. So for that purpose only, we are adding one more FortiGate firewall here. If suppose this device is goes down, your core firewall is goes down, immediately my secondary firewall will switch over. It will take care of the live traffic and it will forward the traffic to the users properly, and it will always make sure my network is available. Okay, so in between meantime, as the administrator, we can look on the our failed device and we can fix the issues as soon as possible, and we can get back this device normally. Okay, so this concept is called high availability. The concern is we should make our network always available. Okay, so network should be reachable all the time, 24 by 7. So for that purpose, we are using one more product as a backup. If suppose your core firewall is goes down, this backup device will act like a live firewall, and it will take care of your live traffic. Okay, so this concept is called high availability. So we will implement this high availability in week 4. So there is a two type of high availability concept, like active passive and active active. So in all the vendor, they will highly recommend go for active passive. Okay, in active passive means one firewall will take care of the live traffic and other firewall will always be in a listening mode. If your core firewall is goes down, then it will be active until unless your secondary firewall will be in a listening mode, in a not in an active mode, it will not take care of the live traffic. So this concept is called active passive. But some use cases, I want to use both the firewalls in active, both the firewall to share my workload. So my data flow is very high, right? So I want to share my, to avoid the latency, I want to share my workload. So in that case, I can go with the active deployment, which means both the firewalls will be in active state. Both the firewalls will share the workload. It will share the data traffic. Okay, so this concept is called active active. Both we will discuss on week 4. In week 5, we will discuss with a site to site VPN, guys. Okay, site to site VPN. And so high availability will go for 2 days, and VPN, site to site VPN theory, along with theory, VPN fundamental theory to lab, it will take 2 days, and SSL VPN lab 1 day. Okay, so this week we will complete high availability and VPN. Okay, so routing, how to configure dynamic routing protocol in your FortiGate firewall. So meanwhile, if we have a time in a week 3 or week 5, so most probably it will switch over to these week 5. Okay, so week 4, definitely it is not possible to take this within 5 days. So VPN will take 3 sessions, high availability will take 2 sessions. So this topic will be switch over to week 5. Okay, so that would be better option, so that we can also continue with the SD-WAN. Okay, fine guys. So week 5, we are going to implement almost up to week 4. You will utilize all the FortiGate firewall next generation firewall features. Okay, all the features you will be utilized. Week 5, you are going to implement SD-WAN and troubleshooting. Okay, which is last week of your session. So you are going to see what is SD-WAN, how SD-WAN is working in FortiGate firewall, and how to manage multiple WAN links through SD-WAN features, and how to manually select the best link, or how to automatically we select the best link, right? That and all we will discuss in the SD-WAN concepts. So in week 5, SD-WAN will take 1 or 2 session, and one more feature which is called VDOM. So VDOM, which is called virtual domain. So virtual domain means it's similar to VLAN. In switch, in switch, it's a single switch, right? Single LAN. I want to use a single switch product to connect multiple LAN, not same LAN. In that case, I have a concept called VLAN. I can create a virtual LAN. So physically, it is a single LAN, single switch, but logically, VLAN 1, 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, like that. 4 virtual switches are there. We are creating by using single hardware. We are splitting 4 logical LANs, right? So the same concept here it is apply a single physical hardware or single firewall. You are going to logically split as a multiple logical file. So this is called VDOM, guys. Okay, you are going to split your single firewall as a multiple logical file. Okay, similar to VLAN concept. That is LAN segment, right? And here it is entire firewall. Okay, so we are going to split one physical firewall. We are going to split as a multiple logical firewall. Okay. So that concept is called VDOM. That will be covered in the last week of the session. Okay. After that, we'll go with the troubleshooting, how to capture the packet and how to analyze the packet. What are the troubles? We will. Meanwhile, the high availability and VPN. Meanwhile, we will saw the troubleshooting as well. Okay. So based on the protocol configuration on that particular specific topic itself, we will see the troubleshooting. The last week of troubleshooting, it's talk about how to capture the packet, how to analyze the packet in your say in your FortiGate firewall, okay, in different kind of use cases, and then how to troubleshoot your hardware based firewall, right? And logical approach, how to verify the logs, how to do debug, right? So everything we'll discuss on the week 5 in the troubleshooting methodology. Okay, in last session, let's talk about the exam preparation. So how, after learning of all this concept, in each segment, what are all the weightage in if you're going for a FCP certification. So in each and every segment, what are the weightages is question weightages, and how to focus each and every segment, and that we will discuss in the exam preparation, guys. So how many questions will be asked and what are the segments are there, each segment, what is the weightage, everything will be discussed. Okay, clear? So this is your roadmap for your upcoming FortiGate firewall. Okay, so totally five to 5.5 weeks. So including these 3 days, so 5.5 weeks it will take to complete your FortiGate firewall, guys. Okay, so for your reference, I'll share with you guys. So let me. You can download from chat itself. Okay. I'm attaching this file. Everyone, you can able to download this document, and also I will share your this document to your, I mean, in our WhatsApp group as well, guys. Okay, so anything else, guys? Any queries do you have right now? So that This is about your training flow. And tomorrow, as I mentioned, tomorrow we are going to see how to create your own lab setup. Okay. And day after tomorrow, and tomorrow we will discuss about the labs only. And I want, again, I'm saying that I want to make sure everyone complete your lab setup within this weekend. So coming Friday, you have a holiday. Okay. So you have 3 days. So I want to make sure to complete your lab setup within these 3 days. Okay, within this weekend, long weekend, and from Monday onwards, you guys are going to do your first lab. Okay, so and this recorded video will be uploaded in our LMS portal and it will be available. So I need to create your separate course for you guys, right? So in our LMS portal, so it will take uh, tomorrow afternoon I will complete this setup, LMS setup for you guys. And tomorrow I'll give you the access, guys. Okay. So tomorrow I'll give you the access to uh, access, and I'll give you the link, an application link to access our LMS portal. Okay. So now it will take time to share it. So almost we are already 20 minutes. We are running out of time. So this is today. This is enough. Okay. So we will continue from tomorrow, guys. So if you have any queries, any concern, right? So I hope everyone, again, I'm saying that I hope everyone, you guys are already inside our WhatsApp group, right? Paid student WhatsApp group, right? So tomorrow you will get the link through that WhatsApp group only. If you are anyone's name, you are already enrolled, and if you are any one of number is missing, let me know. I'll add you into the WhatsApp group. Okay. I want to make sure everyone should be in the part of WhatsApp group, because from tomorrow onwards the communication is going to happen through WhatsApp group only, not personal chat. Okay, clear, guys? Any doubts, any queries now?